Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Today we have a very interesting update, partially because I want to give you guys some insights on what's happening with the crypto prices, but also because we have yet again Ripple v. SEC lawsuit update. Yes guys, some breaking news just came out. Let's quickly start out with that right now. James Fillon shared over on his Twitter, which right now is about 42 minutes ago because I've been sitting around here a little bit. SEC filed a motion for extension of time until the 24th of February to respond to the motion to compel the turnover of notes from the 2018 meeting between Brad Garlinghouse and Commissioner Roisman. Ripple objects, says response should be filed by the 17th of February. So this is a very important and critical letter. However, at another, from another perspective, it actually doesn't matter at all. Why? Well, the issue at hand, the underlying issue is very severe, guys. We've talked about it a couple of times by now that every single thing that which the SEC is hiding is making them more suspicious. And right now, them not being able to briefly respond is just making them look more and more suspicious. Then again, this is a lawsuit, you know? You want to take as much time as you possibly can. And so requesting for an extension is, from that perspective, absolutely normal and really doesn't necessarily show anything positive or negative. It just shows yet again another small little delay. So as it currently stands, the motion from the SEC side, which is the response to the thing which we covered earlier today, which is basically the pretty big news, all right, pretty big deal, that apparently some SEC commissioners did not think XRP was a security in 2018. They want the notes about that. However, the SEC claimed it's privileged information, so the SEC now had to defend Ripple's claim that they have the rights to get the information, and they say, hey, we're not going to do that next week. We want to wait a little bit for that. And so the judge now has to respond, as they cannot come to a conclusion as to whether or not they should hand it over or not. So annoying. But it is what it is, all right, guys? If you enjoy these daily crypto videos, guys, make sure you press that like button. Today, I'm actually working on my very big giveaway. I told you guys $3,000 in the works right now. I am making the Gleam campaign. So look out for that in a couple of hours, maybe tomorrow, though, depending on how long it takes me to set everything up. All right. John Deaton shared a very interesting thread. Shouldn't the truth matter? But before we get into that thread, let's quickly cover a little bit about the prices because things have been interesting, but not really too far away from our expectations. So as we were stating a couple of days ago, ever since for XRP, we hit the target of 92 cents. And for Bitcoin, for most of us, it was 45,000. A couple of people had some different thoughts in mind. You can see here, this is the Fibonacci level. We had 45,000 exactly in our mind. So a little bit above that line, so to speak. I actually told you guys, well, I'm keeping my long positions open because I'm a little bit of a degenerate, but for most people, it would be smart, and again, check back the videos, to open up the short positions right now, unless we get a confirmation breakout, or a confirmed breakout, I should say. Right now, since we did not get the confirmed breakout, theoretically speaking, everybody should be in the short positions, which I described about 2 days ago. If you are not to worry, but please understand the things I'm saying on this channel. Every single thing revolves around minimizing the risk, but from a certain perspective also to maximize the profits. Whenever we talk about opening a position, what we basically mean is we're going to either short or long. We're going to either expect the prices to go up or the prices to go down, and we're going to make money off of that specific wager or bet or basically decision/contract that we purchase. So there's quite a lot of mathematics that can go into it, or statistics, and a lot of thought processes, whatever. And we've derived a strategy for ourselves that seems to work over the last couple of years, and it's been very profitable. And it relies on a couple of different factors. In a bull market, which we still consider this to be, which is again a very loose term, because define bull market, right? Is it 90 days of no more higher highs defines as a new bear market now? Well, it really depends on a couple of different factors. And you might say, well, it's a matter of definition. Even now, after being so many years into crypto and investing and whatnot, I still find it quite difficult to define bull market in an actual accepted way. And so the logical term would usually be, if it's a bull market, basically meaning we are trending upwards, right? We keep going long with shorts only to basically hedge. And how that works is literally what I described a couple of days ago. Our general thought process should be, where can we buy more Bitcoin? Where can we buy more XRP? And at what point can we open up a long position? That's our basis thought. Now, to minimize the risk, because that's again maximizing profit from the get-go. To minimize our risk, we should be looking at, okay, at what point is there a smaller chance of a specific breakout so we can open up a short position to basically hedge ourselves for a very big downfall. Why? Because even in a bull market, you're not shorting basically a bearish breakout. That's not what we're doing. No, we are basically shorting at a lot of different points that are basically higher than the previous one, basically the higher highs, to actually prevent us from losing a lot of money when things come back down. And that's, I think, the easiest explanation I can give right there. So if you're wondering, why did a lot of my friends short exactly XRP at this level or Bitcoin at the $45,000 level? Well, partially because these are things we discuss, because again, a lot of people have a lot of money to work with and you want to make sure it stays the highest as possible. But again, guys, if you don't know anything about this stuff, make sure you just keep watching the channel. I'm going to do deeper and deeper, I guess, explanations of it all, and hopefully within the next couple of days you'll fully understand why our thought process is like this and why we think that this is the best choice. At the end of the day, it doesn't always have to work, but the last couple of months here we've been pretty accurate and it's been making us a ton of freaking money. And again, baseline, why did I have my long position open? Because I have a main trading account, I have the YouTube account, and I told you guys all, on my YouTube account I sometimes do a couple of stupid things because I only want to trade when you guys are there. Now, yes, theoretically speaking, I could have actually opened this short yesterday, and I told you all in theory we should, but I said I'm just going to keep the long open because why not? But officially it was a dumber move to make unless we got a breakout, exactly like described yesterday or the day before, I don't remember. And it turns out exactly that was the truth as well. So a little bit stupid on my part maybe, but it doesn't really hurt me too much, as once more, not everything you see is the only thing which is happening, which a lot of guys out there on YouTube I don't think will tell you. There's actually a lot of people who do some really stupid stuff and they tell you a wrong story. Again, I never claim to be a guru. I never claim to be even good at any of this stuff. I'm just sharing my thoughts, and it turns out that it really works the last couple of months. It doesn't have to always work that way. And again, not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence, your own analysis, and use my words as something you might use to look up other stuff, right? But consider me a dumbass, please, so you don't lose money or you don't do the wrong thing and try to blame me for it. I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and you do with that information as you please. All right. Having said that, what is our general idea right now? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. If XRP goes back to 77 cents, I'm going to be buying in, basically a DCA buy, which is either just a long position opening that one again, but that's again a really risky thing because we're trying to find the dip, right? And again, if you guys have seen it before, buying low, selling high, that's the most difficult thing to do, generally speaking. In terms of actually catching the dip or actually selling the top. It's really difficult. So generally speaking, you want to buy in or go long once a breakout is confirmed. What we're going to do here then is actually more smart to do with a DCA, with the dollar cost averaging of your portfolio, rather than actually opening up a long position, because there's no bull trend or bull move confirmed. It's just a retracement that we're basically going to try catch the dip for. But since 77 cents, XP has bounced back from so many different times, if we do end up bouncing there, and there's not one crazy candle downwards, I'm going to try actually set a couple of layers, which is going to start at 77 cents. So definitely one buy at 77 cents, another buy at 69 cents, and a most likely one buy, I'm going to say 69 cents and 66 cents. I'll just place 3 buys in total for right now and see how it happens over the next couple of days, because I don't think we're going to see some crazy minus 20% candle here happening. And for Bitcoin, yeah, actually a lot has already happened in that sense. I was thinking of buying more at 43,000, but I didn't get through that just quite yet. Funny enough, the price broke through further, so luckily we did not do that. And right now I'm just going to actually wait with Bitcoin altogether. I'm definitely going to buy in if we get all the way back to below 42,000. So 42 I wouldn't even try to buy, but most likely once we get back to 41,000, I'd actually decide to pick back up some Bitcoin. Right now I'm just looking into a couple of different staking strategies. As I described before, I'm looking into getting a couple of different NFTs, and I'm staying a little bit away from buying too much right now. I'm looking for a couple of different things, but we're not there just quite yet. So that is that. By the way, guys, if you're looking for an exchange to trade on, I personally use Bybit. A link is down below. That I use for most of the leverage trading. There's right now some crazy $4,100 worth of bonuses. And generally speaking, a lot of my giveaways are only for people who use that link. So check it down below. And I think the US people can actually use KuCoin. At least a lot of you guys have told me that's the best exchange for US, because you can buy a ton of metaverse coins and all those other things over there. So if you're looking for a new exchange that pretty quick, pretty juicy, check out KuCoin. The link is down below too. There's actually a little fun fact. I wanted to give away, I think, $250 to the first person that signed up, right? I'm not even sure if somebody's actually signed up yet, because I didn't get a notification for KuCoin. So yeah, it's been like a week. and nobody signed up for it. Not a worry on my end, but it could be that there's still, maybe somebody's already won it, but then I'll do it a second time if by fun luck somebody actually signed up now the last couple of minutes. But if you guys didn't know, I was going to give away $250 to the first person who makes an account and deposits something, or makes, I guess, one trade officially. So yeah, that could be you. It gets into your account within 15 minutes. It's funny. I thought it would be gone within like minutes, but it's been a week. So that's kind of funny. All right, so let's go on with this little John Deaton theory. Shouldn't the truth matter? That's the question being asked by 65,000 XRP holders who have joined together to not allow the SEC or Ripple to speak for them. As friend of the court, we intend to speak for ourselves. 65K XP holders from 60 different countries across the globe and the US have come together to dispute the claims being made regarding the digital asset XRP. I've literally been in contact with thousands of XP holders who refute the allegations made by the SEC. Here are the facts and the truth behind being ignored by the SEC and the lawyers involved in the case. I'm actually trying a couple of different anti-echo techniques, and I'm looking right now on Amazon to buy like an anti-echo box or so, but because I travel a lot, it's a very big box. You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to carry another freaking case for all my recording stuff nowadays. Like because you guys said get yourself a good light, get yourself a better webcam, get yourself this, that. All of a sudden, I have to travel with like 7 cases every week because I need to do the recording setup. It's kind of funny. So here are a couple of facts. The majority of the first-time XRP purchasers were actually unaware of a company called Ripple and its use of XRP. Most first-time purchasers of XRP were aware of the Ripple name because the name Ripple was used interchangeably with XRP for many years. We all know that. But that doesn't make a person aware of the actual company called Ripple and its use and or promotion of XRP. Now, considering the majority of first-time purchasers were unaware of the company Ripple, it is impossible to rely on the promises or inducements of Ripple. It is impossible to enter into a common enterprise with a company or promoter that you don't even know exists. And tens of thousands of the 65,000 XP holders granted amicus were aware of the company Ripple and how it sold software to banks offering a product utilized for cross-border payments. And tens of thousands of the 65,000 XP holders granted amicus and aware of the company Ripple were also aware that many other companies and developers were also building products incorporating XRP and the XP ledger. Now, regardless of whether there's knowledge regarding the company Ripple, all these guys that when they acquired XRP did not rely on any statements, promises, or inducements from the Ripple company, its executive or affiliates, regardless of whether there's not yada yada yada. All right, so actually this entire full story, I've read it I think twice by now over the last like 30 minutes or so because it's a long little thread. What he basically is trying to share is the truth matters in the sense that the SEC is trying to claim that the XRP investors were really hurt by Ripple. It's such a bad thing. They couldn't have known because Ripple's doing all these shady practices, when in reality, Ripple's been pretty open for a very long time, and we do actually know quite a significant bit about it. So at the end of the day, the SEC claiming, that Ripple, this, Ripple, that, Ripple, that. At the end of the day, there's not really that many things which they can throw upon us now to say, well, yeah, but XRP holders were not. Well, yeah, we were. All right, or yeah, but Ripple really told you. No, they probably really didn't. I mean, let's be honest here. I did not really think that Ripple was all of a sudden going to increase my investment. Right now, to be completely open, I think the biggest factor for the XP price is literally the SEC. How funny is that, huh? So at first, I did expect Ripple, obviously, to help the XRP ledger and thus also the XP price. Why? Because you got to consider, if nobody were to help XRP, then why would it be that useful if nobody were to do anything with it? It's the same for Ethereum, it's the same for Bitcoin, it's the same for anything. With Bitcoin, you might make a different argument because, well, most of the progress was done long ago, but still right now there's tons of people, let's say dozens of people, still working on it every single day to develop it. Why? Well, because you want to get new features, you want to upgrade with the time and whatnot. Does that make it a security? Well, it depends. Because there's a couple of different prongs in that sense, but I personally don't think Ripple falls under it, mostly because at the end of the day, Ripple can indeed fall off and XRP will stay. Will it succeed severely? That's something which is definitely debatable, mostly because XRP and Ripple are, from some perspective, kind of tied in. Like the biggest use case thus far is partially what Ripple provides, but it depends on how the system moves along, right? As for a lot of different projects out there, like for example, Stellar, I honestly believe that if the Stellar Development Foundation would go, then the majority of why people would buy Stellar is all of a sudden gone. And the same thing for a lot of other cryptos out there. It's just a matter of, I would say, branching out and getting yourself out there, which again, Ripple is doing through expanding all the use cases and expanding things for the XP ledger. And so if you really try to claim, okay, 2013 or 2015, it was still security, 2016 also, because Ripple had so many XRP that they didn't lock in escrow just quite yet, and they were the only guys doing stuff for it, and they were doing it. Okay, you know what? I'll accept that. But saying today's XRP is a security is kind of difficult, because then most cryptos are securities, which again is just against the definition, because once more, you need some time to branch it out. You need some time to actually more so decentralize it. But at an opposite stand, even though Ripple has a lot, and does a lot for it, does that make it their security? Because if, hypothetically speaking, we really want to, right, and we and a lot of other people, we could overtake the XP ledger in the same sense that we could overtake Bitcoin and so forth. So from that perspective, it is decentralized enough to actually be considered that Ripple are just market participants. But again, it's just my thoughts. I've been thinking about this for so long. There's so many different theories, so many different thoughts. At the end of the day, though, I don't think this is justice. But hey, that's just a theory, an XRP theory. And I just hope that this stuff resolves itself soon. From another perspective, I kind of hope it doesn't, because I'm getting more XP by the day, you know. And if this year it goes 10x, I'd rather have some little more time to actually pick up some. So yeah.